Hello everyone, this is Sonia from Sonyas Quilts and Embroidery. Welcome to my sewing shop. I'm not so fancy as to say studio. It'd be nice if it looked more like a studio, but it looks like somewhere that somebody sews all the time. Unfortunately, we cannot sew today. I don't know what happened. We had an electrical storm the other night, and I don't know if that's what happened, but my 4-foot fluorescent light that hangs over my sewing machine has burned up. I don't think the bulbs are shot. I think the whatever that little thing, that box in the end, I forgot what it's called, but anyway, it's almost black. It's kind of dark brown. So because of equipment failure, we will not be sewing today, but I am going to get you prepared to start sewing on these blocks. What I have here is 10-inch tearaway stabilizer. It is used for embroidery, and I accidentally bought some 10-inch one time, probably 50 or 100 yards roll. It looked like a big fat roll of paper towels, and it would not fit in my embroidery hoop. I have to have the 12-inch to fit in my embroidery hoop. It will fit in my 5x7 hoop, but I rarely use that. I float just about everything that I do, and I don't hoop it up, I float it, and so I need the 12-inch. So I have the 12-inch up here above my head on a roller that rolls down from the ceiling, and I have a 12-inch cutaway behind me that we roll down from the ceiling, and then I've got the 10-inch tearaway that I got to playing with one day, and this is what I came up with. And these are some of the squares that I have made in the last few days. They're stiff. Do not let that bother you. We're going to fix that. But this is a kind of a girly looking, I guess, I think. It's got the green with the sparkle. This is actually a Christmas fabric, but it's got like a sparkle to it, and I thought it would be really pretty with the stars. And then I've got the turquoise microcheck, and then I've got the green, the orange. I call it kind of a grunge. It's not a solid orange. I don't know if you can see. It's kind of it's got dark and light spots in it. I really like it because I count it as a solid. It's not really solid. It has more interest than a solid, but I use these fabrics a lot. It comes in brown and black and red and orange, and I think yellow. Comes in, I think, navy blue and royal blue. Comes in just about every color that you could think of. And then I've got this little boy one with all the reds and the green and the yellow and the blue, and with the little transportation. And I have made one of these with the giraffes, and this is called fussy cutting. When you want a certain part of the fabric in your design, it's called fussy cutting. Now, fussy cutting is can be an expensive thing to do when you are just open up your fabric and say, well, I want this on there and I want this on there, and you're not using your full piece of fabric. You're fussy cutting. But fortunately for the giraffe fabric, which was expensive, it repeats really quick. As a matter of fact, that's why his little head is kind of cut off a little bit and his little feet's kind of cut off. It's because there's another giraffe directly above each row. They're pretty tightly printed on this fabric. Okay, I am going to get you started. Now, you can get this tearaway stabilizer. Some of you that embroidery may already have it. You may buy the sheets. If you buy the sheets, then you would cut. I looked it up, and I can only find sheets of the tearaway. I can only find that in 12 by 10 inch pieces. So if you buy the packs of tearaway and the sheets instead of this roll like I buy, which I got a new roll yesterday, and I think it's 100 yards on there. If you buy the roll, this is how we cut them up. We're just going to lay them make sure they're flush with the bottom line of our cutting mat. And I'm putting this on the 2-inch mark because I've got stuff piled up here close to the 0 mark, and we're going to run our ruler down to the 12-inch mark. So we'll have a 10-inch square. Now, the size of your block can vary. You can make it. The reason I use 10 inches, a very simple reason, because my roll was a 10-inch roll. It was already 10 inches wide, and so cut them 10 inches long. Gotta have a 10-inch square and very little waste, which I learned that from my grandmother. She rarely wasted anything. She was very thrifty. She ate the same thing for breakfast for as far back as I can remember. She got up every morning and she fixed herself a full pot of black coffee. She fixed 2 of the brown and serve rolls like you would fix for dinner or supper. And the kind of rolls that's got like the 3, like you can break them into 3 pieces. And then Bama peach preserves. Had to be Bama. And she ate that every morning. She drank the entire pot of black coffee. She had poured it into a cup, and it was too hot to drink, so she poured it into a little shallow bowl and cooled it and drank that coffee like that. She did not drink coffee again the rest of the day, and but she drank that full pot of black coffee, strong black coffee, no sugar, no creamer, strong black coffee every morning, for as long as I can remember. She did not have bacon or sausage. She had 2 rolls with Bama preserves, and then she had the whole pot of black coffee, and then she was ready to start her day. And for lunch, she might fix a can of whole kernel corn and fix a pan of cornbread, and she had a little tray that she set on her lap, and she would take that because she loved to watch the soap operas and in her later years, and she would, on that tray, she would have about a half a can of corn, a piece of cornbread, a glass of buttermilk. That was her choice drink. After her coffee, she would have a glass of buttermilk, and she would sit there and eat about a half a can of that corn, eat a piece of cornbread, and sometimes she'd have a cookie or a Debbie cake on her tray, and she would eat that, and then she was done. And for supper, she would have the other half of the can of whole kernel corn, and another piece of cornbread, and another glass of buttermilk. She was not a big meat eater. She had nothing against meat, but she always said she just loved her vegetables. So, and she'd always have onion on her plate too. She loved onion. Her house always smelled like onions, whether it was cooked or raw. And the smells that come out of her kitchen were absolutely fabulous, and were very welcoming when you walked in the back door. And she'd say, "Get your bowl and get you some of that chicken soup on the stove." It was very nice. Anyway, I digress. I love my grandma. Okay, then we're going to take our ruler. Now, the only thing on this particular pattern, this particular block, you need, other than what you have, your normal quilt tools, is the tearaway. I can't stress that, tearaway, not cutaway, tearaway stabilizer. I'll put a link down below to the roll that I bought. The tearaway stabilizer is the only extra thing we need, other than what we normally use for making quilts. We have a cutting mat, we have the rotary cutter, we have fabrics. This is a great stash buster. It's a great grab your bag of scraps, and you can make every block different. They don't have to match. I mean, the baby quilts I'm gonna make those match, but this is this great stash buster, and your bag of scraps to use on that. And we're going to put our 1/4 inch mark on our ruler. The 1/4 inch mark, we're going to put that on the very corner, the very point of the corner of our 10-inch block. And we're going to line those up, and we're going to take this is just a colored pencil. You can use a regular pencil, you can use a marker. It really doesn't matter because we're going to get rid of this paper in the end anyway. So just do a light mark on our paper, just like that. And this is our beginning sew line. That's the only mark we need to put on our stabilizer. Now tomorrow I will start doing the sewing part of it. I'll have to call my husband tonight and tell him to bring me home a new light fixture to hang over my sewing machine, because it is really dark over there. I can see okay because of the needle the light at my needle, but to do any filming, it's just way too dark over there. So I've got this one that was done out of patriotic fabric, and this is when you become an experienced quilter, you will always look for the block. When you are looking at somebody's quilt, automatically you'll say, okay, where's the block? Because this huge design has made up these small blocks have made up this huge intricate design that is usually one block repeated over and over and over. And it may be turned, a quarter turn, to get that desired look. But an experienced quilter, somebody that has been doing this a long time, they automatically draw themselves to say, okay, where's the block? Where is the actual quilt block? And in this particular pattern, the quilt block is right here. This overall design here is actually 4 blocks. This is very simple. I have all the confidence in the world that you can do this. No doubt whatsoever that we cannot do this together. But I'm sorry that today I can only do the showing you how to prepare your tearaway stabilizer, and to get ready to do this. Also, another little hint of something that would be great for you to do in anticipation of putting this block together is a sewing machine, a ironing board. Put you an ironing board at table. Mine will drop down to table level. Put it beside your sewing machine, or if you've got a small cutting board, like I've got one somewhere around here that I use to put across the end of my sewing machine, because this is a project that every seam you make, you have to iron. You have to iron open the seams so they'll be nice and flat, and you have to iron after every time. So to get up and down off the sewing machine for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seams on this one, it gets you get a big workout. You sit down at your chair, you get up. I don't know if that's considered squats or not, but if it's squats, I've done a kajillion of those today. Got a lot of shipping ready to go out, and was going to ship a bunch of stuff today, but something has come up and that I've got to fix. It's a very tedious job I've got to fix before I can ship 2 of these quilts out. So I decided to only make one trip to the post office. So anybody that might be watching that I told you I was going to ship your stuff out today, it's going out tomorrow, because I made a boo-boo on 2 quilts. I put the wrong set of twin girls that are turning 5 October 13th, and I made each one of them a quilt, and the mother wanted their baby clothes, and the mother wanted their birthdays at the bottom of each quilt. And I put 2015, and it's supposed to be 2014. So I've got to fix that. And it's something that if I'd have just took an extra second to confirm before I set the embroidery machine for 2015, if I'd have just confirmed it, I wouldn't be in this situation. But I'm in the situation, and I have to fix it now. And everything will be fine. I'll fix it, and it'll be just perfect. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. And whenever my husband gets home tomorrow, he's been gone all week. He gets home tomorrow. He don't know it yet, but his first priority is to get me a new 4-foot fluorescent light to go over my sewing machine. Thank you, honey. Anyway, appreciate y'all all coming into my shop today. Very few people have been inside my shop. Don't like people to come in here too much. They might move something, and then I would lose my mind. But anyway, this is the block we're going to do. We've got, you can do it in any color. This reminds me of a box of crayons with all the primary colors. And then we have this one, but your choice of fabric is endless. And we're just going to go with what you have, and I promise you it will be beautiful. So thank you all so much. Hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, and leave a comment down below if you have a request for something that you would like for me to do a video on. If I possibly can, I will, except I don't think I'll ever show a video of actual quilting process. It is a job, and there's plenty of videos out there to show you how to do that. And it's aggravating and tedious, and to load that machine up on the quilting machine, to load it up. So I just probably will never do that. I've had many requests for that, but I probably just will never do that. So thank you all so very much, and have a great rest of the day. Bye bye.